showed himself approved this last season. He was able to score the first touchdown. I don't know if you bet on OBJ making the very first touchdown.
I
did. First one. It was a beautiful catch. He felt amazing. That solidified him leaving his team, having all this turmoil during the season and people doubting him and calling him a sellout for leaving. It solidified that he was supposed to be there. But unfortunately, he got hurt right after that wonderful touchdown. He got hurt and tore his ACL on his opposite leg. Does this mean that you guys think that will the Rams even invest in him to come back? Now, if it's probably going to be for a cheap deal, maybe. But do you think OBJ is gotten to the point now where he should be taking cheap deals?
Well, he said he would take less money to stay with the Rams.
Oh, how much less though? Because he wasn't making too much money this season for the 1 year.
And I'm not sure. Now that he got injured, who knows what's going to happen? But I know before they even made the Super Bowl, that's what he was saying. That I think it's a good fit for him. I mean, everyone knows that OBJ has been kind of dramatic, but I mean, Cleveland was not the fit for him.
It wasn't.
Were not it. And sometimes that happens. It's just not a good fit. And I think
his numbers weren't there with Baker Mayfield. If you're
he had the same amount of touchdowns with the Rams that he did with the Bengals his entire time he was, or the Browns.
And he was only with the Rams like 5 games.
Yeah. It was like 7-7, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, obviously, it was not a good match. But
so do you think, before we move on, Ash, do you think that he's going to stay with the Rams?
I think if he's healthy and wants to play next season, I think he'll stay with the Rams. I'm not sure if he doesn't play this following season, what would happen after that, but
I got you. All right, Delilah, what you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. I actually like OBJ because, like I like him. I like Chad Ochocinco. You know, I liked T.O. when people were like, "Oh, you got attitude." I'm like, "Yeah, but when you're putting up numbers and stuff, and people are being a little bit disrespectful, you have every right, in my opinion, to have a bit of an attitude problem." Because again, OBJ, in my opinion, proved that they were not using him correctly in Cleveland. If as soon as he came to the Rams. You imagine if they would have given him that chance, like all season, how many touchdowns, how much his numbers would have improved. You know, if they actually would have used him correctly, and then he comes to the Rams, and all of a sudden he's catching touchdowns. He caught the first touchdown again. Which congratulations, Ash, I'm making money on that. So like the first and it'll be in the record books, right? Because we always talk about who got the first touchdown in the Super Bowl, and it was OBJ, you know. And he did his infamous that we know his one catch thing that he does, right? Everybody always talks about it.
Catch,
you know. And so, like, yeah,
I can't talk about the catch.
Yeah, I know, but it's like that's what he's known for. That's his, you know.
It's against the Cowboys one.
It's
a catch.
It is the catch, though. It is the catch. I think it's beautiful too.
That's his go-to move, you know. It's like, and I agree. I think if the fact that, and also that shows you that he's competitive. That is the fact that he's not going to be like, oh, give me throw, because you know everybody talked about that too. Like, oh, he's going to ask for all this money. He's greedy, blah blah. And look what he's saying. He's like, look, I'll come back. I'm surprised to see he said that. Yeah, I think
definitely he was one of those people that was like, I need to be the star, I need to be the guy.
Right. I think
we've been done for a long time and getting everything. So it's just like,
yeah. I think it comes down to hopefully he can come back next season. I don't know. The prognosis is not positive from what I've been reading because, you know, ACLs, as we know, it's one of those injuries that could be like a season ending kind of thing or half a season or the full year. It's just, it depends on the extent of the injury, what the therapy is, the surgery, it's so many factors. So I agree with Ash. I think it comes down to year 2. If next year he doesn't play at all, I think it's going to come down to really if he'll end up with the Rams in the 23 seasons versus the 22.
I think they should do a year-by-year contract with him just because of the injury. Just don't sign him to a big deal or anything. Say we're going to sign you year by year, and this is what we're willing to pay you if you want to stick it out. Because now that he's injured, you just don't know what you're going to get when he comes back. Is he going to be full OBJ or is he going to be half OBJ?
It's a business. It's a business.
Maybe they look at see how he rehabs, see how he does in spring camp, and see how he does in the off season, and then make their decision, because they have every right to say, we're going to waive you, and we're going to say, you know what? Sorry, you didn't recoup the way we wanted you to recoup from this, and we don't think you're going to be at full tilt, and we're not willing to take that chance to put you in a game to be re-injured. So I think they need to be very cautious with him, especially since you don't know how he's going to heal up, how he's going to come back, what kind of form is he going to be in.
Right.
And just sign him to like a 1-year deal, 1 year, like basically your injured deal. So this much.
I agree.
From there, because I wouldn't want to put all my eggs in a basket with them.
I can't afford much more than that anyway.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that. Yeah, they can't even afford it with the money.
If they want to win another Super Bowl, they can't do that.
Yeah.
So I say sign him year by year until they can see what he's going to be like after.
Yeah. That's a good plan. And I'm pretty sure they're going to follow your plan, Kate.
That's how I would do it if I were an organization. I would say, okay.
If you guys are looking for a GM, we know that Katie is ready.
She's amazing.
What you need to do.
I'll go take over the Lions.
Hey, I know they would.
I wouldn't want that one.
If someone could turn it around, it's Katie Everson.
The first thing I'm going to be like is, Martha, what will you give to have someone buy your team? Because that's where it's going to start for the Lions.
Yeah.
They are the
whole new refresh.
The fourth have got.
You see how did that, she would be a good part for the Lions. She'd be like, listen, sell the team for the greater good of Detroit. See, I like that.
Change their logo and everything. Just everything.
Well,
revamping this year.
They're going to maybe draft my Aiden Hutchinson. So, I got
that's right.
For my boy.
Look out for him, right, Katie? You got to look out for him.
Right. Lions organization, if you're out there, look no further. Alverson.
I guess I done some Honolulu blue and silver.
Hey, we'll take it. We will take